shit, I've talked about it before. I sacrifice my own happiness to make sure that they straight.
That's tough.
It is, and I told you, and I told y'all, how that reflected on me. But I've sacrificed my own happiness just to make sure that they were good, and make sure I was, putting my best foot forward. Now, have I changed a little bit from that? Absolutely, because sacrificing your happiness is hard, bro. That's hard, and that's a tough one, man. It does, it does bother your mind, in a way that you like, bro, I'm not happy right now, and it looks like, you're happy. This aura that you put on, it looks like you're happy, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not doing.
Oh, G. Let go. All my niggas riding gas tank on full. We be fresh than a bitch, or your bitch might get pulled. I ain't got time for the bull. I ain't got time for the bull. Okay, all my niggas riding gas tank on full. We be fresh than a bitch, or your bitch might get pulled. If you see us in the streets, no talking, let's go.
Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy Riley, aka Riley the Great. You are now tuned in to another episode of the Millennial Mayhem podcast.
Yeah.
I got my cousin Tony D with me. What's going on, G?
It is finally another beautiful day in Zamunda, nigga.
Right on, brother. Sunny outside, man.
It's hey. Thighs out, nigga with the knees out today, brother. I'm hitting some corners today, bro.
Right, I'm with it. And we got the abominable light skinned young Ray Matthews. He's repping the Kobe today. What's going on, bro?
Yeah. Hey, man, don't you just hate when you go to the gas station to pick up a snack
and
you get a bag of chips, the big bag, and then you get in the car and you open that motherfucker up and it ain't nothing but air? God damn, niggas be pissing me off, bro.
You stupid.
Nothing but air. I hear you, Black. You right. Yeah, nothing but air, bro. Yeah. That's a real problem, you know what I'm saying, in today's society when you pick up a bag of chips and ain't nothing but air in it, bro.
You fat, you understand it, nigga. Don't try to
eat chips. I'm fat, but I don't eat chips. You know what I'm saying?
You eat trolleys.
Bro, I'm sacrificing them all. hey, we got a special guest in the building today, man. Fellow PV alum, man, HBU stand up, a friend of the show. And this mofo here has the strongest hand grip I've ever encountered in my life. I've been on this earth for 35 years. This nigga still dabs me up with all the muscle and might and shit. Without further ado, man, let me introduce you guys to our boy Dre, man. What's going on, G?
Yeah. Brother, what's going down? Yeah,
man, not much, man.
That boy said HBU earlier, though. HBU.
He did. I want to let him get it all out.
Oh, that's an HBU?
Yeah.
HBCU.
Yeah, come on.
My bad. Hey,
he's not from Houston Baptist.
Y'all can correct me on that, bro. My bad.
We just waited for it, you know what I'm saying? The right time.
Hey, man, we got a good show for you guys today. But before we jump into the topic, I got to shout out Kouture Exclusive. So I can't read. The name of her actual brand is Kouture Exclusive, ran by a young lady by the name of Kanisha Moore. She is very, very talented. So when you hear contour, it's actually couture. Enjoy the video. This young lady, she develops skincare products, man. She actually sent us a sample of some of the things she has on deck, and we definitely tried them out. We really did like them. She got candles. She has body butter, you know what I'm saying? She got men's scrub, you know what I'm saying? Like I used the men's scrub, bro, like the other day, and I came out, my skin was feeling a little too soft. I told Stacey, I'm like, I don't even know if I feel like myself with my skin feeling this damn soft. So, nah, I'm for real, bro. That shit it had a nigga real feeling like real, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, but it's all good stuff.
I might to scoot over a little bit.
I'm just saying, man, it's the body scrub. But you know, skin so soft, bro. Yeah, hey, man, you gotta take care of your skin, bro. But
you dark skin. I don't think it's any way you feel soft.
Damn.
You definitely ashy somewhere, nigga.
Nah, bro, but see what
you know that nigga ain't. Now, if it's one nigga that ain't ashy, it's gonna be Steve.
The body butter is right in front of him.
The body butter got it done.
The butters,
and you know, it's summertime in Houston, bro, because you know niggas got their knees out. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna be
Got
stepping
'em
out with your
today,
knees,
baby.
You better make sure them motherfuckers is glossed up, bro. Let your soul glow with the body butter from Kouture, man. Shout out to her, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey, so what's going on, man? What we getting into?
Hey, before we even start, dog, did you see old girl? Like, niggas is going crazy, bro. Did you see old girl getting off at the brunch, bro?
When you say getting off, what you mean?
Off, I really mean like getting off. Like she was getting off. She started rubbing that thing out and started squirting everywhere over the brunch, bro. Like I was like, wait, what the hell going on? Like, how you get that goddamn lit and horny at the same time where you feel like you got to rub it out in front of everybody, fam?
And that she like a demon had possessed her, bro, because she was like, I gotta get this done. Hey, no homeboys. I gotta make sure this happens right here on this deck, right here at this pool party, bro. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
She said, I'm ready.
I was literally like, hey, you doing too much, baby. You're doing too much. You done had too much. You need to let something go.
She was probably on that X.
I mean, why y'all? Of course, we know she had to let something go, but her perception of what she had to let go is different from your perception.
She had to run one real quick.
Had to rub that first one out real quick.
Let me rub this out right here. I don't give a fuck who sees, my G. Hey, we in there.
Listen, man, I done did a few drugs, but god damn,
I ain't
never been in the middle of the dance floor ready to whack that thing, dog. She was whacking that thing, dog. She was.
Hey, bro, hold on. Did y'all?
The sound effect.
Did y'all see that she was looking? I felt like she was looking at somebody in their eyes. Like she was looking at him like
in his soul.
Yeah, like you see this shit is going down like that, and you a witness, motherfucker.
Dog. She got to give up that liquor, bro, and whatever drugs she on. She got to let that shit go, bro.
Thank God for cell phones, because imagine trying to explain that story to somebody that wasn't cell phone.
Nobody's gonna believe.
They were like, nigga, yeah, right. Hey, I swear to God, bro.
This girl was playing with her clitoris in front of everybody.
Nah. You ain't got to say, hey, bitch was squirting at brunch, bro. Nigga, what? What brunch you went to? You know, some retarded nigga be, hey, I'm going to that brunch.
What Dave Chappelle say? Ski, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
No, she had her leg up. She wasn't playing with her clitoris. Her whole fist was inside. She was she was jabbing herself. She was like,
that's too much. That's too much,
yeah.
Dog.
All right.
Too much.
Yeah, we gonna move on from the infamous squirter. You know what I'm
She got too much shine.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're gonna jump into the topic that we're going into today, man. Today we talking about sacrifice, and our boy Dre knows about that all too well. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to bring him in and help us talk about this particular topic. So I'm gonna ask you this, bro. Tell us about let me give a little backstory. You know, Dre didn't stop drinking. And
how long has it been since you got a drink?
19 months.
19 months.
That's
you know
dope.
what I'm saying? And that's
Live,
fucking awesome.
live.
So we want you to tell us about your journey and how you came to that decision to let it go.
Man. So, yeah, you know, I really don't like attention, man. I hate talking about this, but Brother Ray asked me to join you guys on the podcast. I was going to say, you guys got you're great at this. Like, I'm talking to Steve, I don't know how many years. I never knew he had this Marco Spoon at voice.
Steve Spoon.
Like, what's going on?
This nigga on 102, fam.
Hey, but nah, real talk though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's been 19 months. So January 2020. Actually, it was before the pandemic even happened. Corona had just kind of hit the streets, hit the news, maybe one news outlet or whatever, but it wasn't really out there like that. And yeah, honestly, man, you know, I had been living a rock star lifestyle. A lot of years, pretty much since college.
Yeah.
And even before then, like even in high school, I kind of felt like, you know, I wasn't in the mix, but people would like hit me up to see where we were going. You know, Houston, we had like little high school clubs and stuff to do.
Gents,
come on. So I was involved in doing all that stuff too a little bit. Been drinking since high school, you know, just having a good time. I never thought about anything having a problem or nothing like that. And, you know, I would try not to keep alcohol at home, just be a social drinker. But I was extra social, you know. I've been out like 4 or 5 days a week, so we was always getting turned up. Yeah, now a couple of my friends that I grew up with and stuff, they like, you know, promote, shout out to A-Life and stuff, and own clubs and things of that nature. So we would be, you know, drinking, and, you know, alcohol would be flowing at all times, and I never looked at it like nothing was wrong. And then, we came to January 2020, and it was New Year's Eve. I'm having fun celebrating with my partner. And I was like, I had never really done a Daniel fast. I never gave up anything for Lent or, like, you know, New Year's Eve. You know, I never made no New Year's resolutions like that or nothing. So something just compelled me. I was like, man, let me give up something this year. You know what I'm saying? I want to try to do something for 6 months. And I was like, well, what's the hardest thing for me to do? And it was alcohol. I mean, that was the most prevalent thing that was, you know, most consistent in my life or my lifestyle, you know, when I would go out or whatever. So I was like, all right, let me do 6 months. So I get to 6 months. And then by that time, we are fully immersed in, you know, being on lockdown. Everybody's at home. So I was like, well, I'm going to just keep it up. I'm going to keep it going. And then, you know, during that process and giving that up at the time, it just caused me to do a lot of self-reflecting, you know. And I'm like, all right, I looked at my history of my family. I know, especially my dad's side and my mom's side a little bit. It's a, you know, history of alcoholism with my uncles and just cousins, everybody, you know. And to my circle, it didn't seem like I had an issue or anything, or I was drinking a lot. It was on par with what we were all doing. You know, we just turning up. It's nothing. You know, the nightlife scene it is what it is, and we just having a good time. You know, I was still able to function. I was getting to work the next day most of the time. Most of the time. Maybe a little late here and there.
You can finesse it every now and then.
You know what I'm saying? I had a really great company that I could finesse a little bit. We was just like a lot more leniency. I could work from home. So, you know, I'd be lit and think nothing of it. Like, all right, I'm just a little buzzed still, but I'm coming down from it. So, you know, I was having a good time. It didn't really affect me. And thank God I didn't hurt myself or hurt anybody else, you know, in the process, you know, as I was drinking responsibly and irresponsibly sometimes, you know. But, you know, just coming to that, you know, realization, I was like, all right, well, let me be proactive instead of reactive. So I just kept it going. I was like, all right, I see this alcoholism in my family. Let me try to break this cycle. And I just put it down, man. So 19 months later, I'm still going. So here I am.
Word.
That's what's up.
That's live.
My question: you think it's gone for good?
Yeah, I think it's gone for good. I don't desire it no more. Like I said, I've been drinking since I was 15. I feel like, because we had a partner in high school. His dad owned the liquor store, and, you know, we used to just get whatever. I remember when Hypnotic hit the streets, you know, like cracking 80s. So, you know what I'm saying? So we was always just turning up to whatever. So and we was, you know, we was broke in high school. My partners, they was doing what they was doing, but we was like, you know, getting Paul Masson and Coke. That's $10.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Come on, shout out Paul.
You know, I've been drinking a long time. I done did it with the best of them, with, you know, the best alcohol with the best of them. So I don't miss it at all. I think I'm good. I'm done for good. Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah, man. So,
damn.
Hey, well,
that's legit.
Hey, y'all.
Cheers. Come on.
Cheers to the water.
I ain't there yet. Hopefully I'll get there soon, but your boy needs that whiskey.
Run your race, brother. Listen, I don't see. That's another thing too. So when I tell people, I hate it. Like, some people make it awkward. They're like, oh, man, I'm starting to have alcohol. Man, have all the alcohol you want around me. I don't care. You're not changing me. Like, you're not tempting me with you drinking. I want you to have a good time. I haven't had great times, and everybody has seen me have great times with alcohol, and everybody pretty much has a video or footage of me passed out in the club.
So I was about to say sleep.
Sleep in the club, for real. So
one thing I heard, I was like, they was like, man, Drake, do not kill. He will go to sleep.
Right, and don't nobody want to treat you like you a recovering addict.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Exactly. I'm like, bro, I don't have a drug problem, bro. You can do what you want to do. Like, it's just my decision.
Right.
It's crazy.
Shit. Man, listen, we already knew the topic was going to be today.
Right.
I still went and got me a bottle because I knew my mans would be good money.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing that you feel like you gotta. You know what I'm saying? You got to sacrifice right now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He did, like you said, it was a decision that he made from a positive standpoint.
Right.
It didn't come from a negative event, but a lot of times sacrifice comes, you know, as society views it, in my opinion, as a negative thing. They always feel like, you know, like you said, Dre sacrificing liquor because he an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Not that Dre sacrificing liquor because it's just a fucking decision that he chose to make for himself. It's like he chose to make that decision because he did something messed up while he was drinking alcohol, and that's why he's there. So I like that. That's crazy to me how we view sacrifice as a negative thing, But it's not, man.
But I don't even think we view it as a negative thing. It's just something that needs to be done in order to achieve a certain goal. And that's just what it is. Like, how the negative connotation can come from what exactly you are sacrificing. Like if you're sacrificing time with your kids to make more money, then some people might perceive that as a negative sacrifice. But at the end of the day, you sacrificing that shit to make sure your kids are good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't like the whole negative thing behind it, because sacrifice should never be negative unless you like we talking about like medieval times when motherfuckers out here taking people's hearts out and sacrificing them to gods and shit like that.
It is negative sometimes,
but it is, I was going to say it is negative sometimes, man. You got to think about it. Like what if he said, all right, I'm just going to keep drinking. Sooner or later that health nigga, drinking alcohol all the time, it's going to fuck with your health.
Oh, yeah.
The older it's going to fuck with your health, and pretty soon you're going to go to the doctor, and the doctor going to be like, hey, fam, you need to lay off the liquor.
Yeah, and I get what Ray's saying and Tony too. Like you said, it's a health aspect side to it too. But at the same time, you know, when I initially tell people that, I mean, I can see why he said negative, because when I tell people, they say, "Okay, well, what happened?" They assume I got a DUI or I got in trouble or something with the law. I'm like, nah, nothing happened. Like shit, thank God nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? I was good. I was blessed. It's just a decision that I made on my own. But some people's minds do initially just go straight to something negative happened. I'm like, nah.
It's just what we naturally like. Steve, I'm with you, Steve. It should not be from a negative viewpoint, right? Because if we think about it, you sacrificing something, because in all sacrifice, you sacrificing where you're at or what you're doing to get to a better place, right? So in like you say, in that aspect, it should not be negative. It's good, but people's mentality just naturally goes
right. So we're talking about people's perception of your sacrifice. We're not talking about the sacrifice itself. We're talking about the perception of it from other folks.
Their perception of it is that it comes from a negative.
Their perception, Their perception, not why he made the sacrifice. He sacrificed. I mean, it's not from a negative standpoint for any of us. When I sacrifice something, it's for to better me,
right?
So it's never So it's never going to be negative for me because I'm the one that's doing the sacrificing. Motherfuckers, hold on, let me finish. Motherfuckers can look at me and they can preconceive, they can manifest any idea of why I did it in their head. Yeah. I don't give a shit what idea you derive from the sacrifices that I've made, but I'm making them to better myself. That's why I never look at it in a negative light. I always look at it in a positive light because I'm the only one whose view matters for my sacrifice.
Well, the conversation wasn't about how you view your sacrifice. The conversation is how other people view your sacrifice.
That wasn't initially said.
I said when people look at how you sacrifice, and he said when he initially said that he wasn't drinking, the first thing that people did was said something like it came, like, what'd you do or what happened for you to sacrifice that? So the conversation was how other people view your sacrifice. I'm with you.
Man, I don't give a shit about. I stopped giving a shit about how other people look about shit.
But
a long time ago.
That's a good place to get to, though. A lot of people don't think like that, and I try to tell people to get to that point at all times. I mean, I argue with people about this shit all the time, about certain decisions or certain reasons they make to do stuff. I'm like, why do you care? Like, what are you really doing that for? Are you doing that for yourself? Like, and social media just fucked up people's mindsets right now. Like, nobody can do anything without getting accolades for right now. I'm like, what did you really do it for then? Does it really do something for you internally, or did you do it so you can show it out to somebody else so that they can give you some credit for it? Like, no, that's kept, bro. I hate that. I hate that.
100%.
100%, dog.
That's why it's a good. That's why it's a. You are in a good place as far as like how you view it, but again, we don't speak on the anomalies because, in my opinion, you are an anomaly. You know what I'm saying? We don't speak on anomalies. We speak generally speaking, and generally speaking, most people aren't mature like that, or aren't like self-aware or as self-aware as you are to be that way.
Where are the statistics that back that up? Because there's a lot of people that are mature like that.
I never said it was a lot. It's a lot of people that mature. It's a lot of people that aren't mature.
Right, but you said generally speaking. That's not generally speaking.
So when I say generally, I think about my circle and the people that I encounter on a daily basis in my life. Not any statistic I read or anything. I never do that because how the fuck I'm gonna believe your statistic? I don't know. I'm telling you what I experienced.
You don't believe numbers? Huh? You don't believe numbers?
No, not all numbers. I'm not saying I don't believe numbers. But how do I? Even with numbers, if a nigga tell you it's 1 + 1 is 2, you believe the number, but because you have an experience with 1 + 1, you've seen 1 and you've seen 1, and you know that makes 2.
Yeah, that's an equation. With it.
This nigga like
y'all gonna deal with this. What's the be on the bush?
No, tell me,
Dre.
And what?
Yeah, Dre. This is my cousin. I've been dealing with this nigga for 35 goddamn
Bless
years.
your heart. Bless your heart.
This shit has been like this for forever, bro.
And this is why me and Steve, because I always talk shit back to this nigga. So it's always the same shit. He leave with aggression, I be the same way. Bro. All right, nigga, yeah.
It's like that. It's like that all the time. But like I know we've all sacrificed something at one point in time. Like I did a Tough Mudder, I think like 2 or 3 years ago, and y'all know, like I told y'all, hey, I'm doing it, and I sacrificed liquor for like 3 months, and that shit was dope. Like, nigga, I was lifting all the weights. I was never tired. Like, it wasn't just liquor. Like, I sacrificed a lot of sugar and all of that. Like, I was only drinking water, so it was no more coffee, no more juice, and I really don't even drink soda. Like, this is all water, and yeah, we've all done it. What was the point that whatever you sacrifice? Because I know you've done it before. I know you've done it before. What was the point where you got to it? You said, "All right, I'm just gonna kick something to the curb."
I don't know, just, like kind of like what Dre said, bro. It's just, self-reflection. When you start sitting down and you got some time to think about shit, it's just like, this might not be the most beneficial thing I should be doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So let me cut back on this. And like I said before, generally speaking, sacrifices are made to achieve certain goals, right? So if you want to be like 210, like I've been clamoring about 210 since I don't know when, and I haven't made it there. Of course, I mean I'm 225, but I know when I was 280. I had to sacrifice, you know what I'm saying, eating everything that I wanted in order to get back to the size that I was more comfortable with. And you know what I'm saying? And it came naturally because it's a goal that I want to achieve. Like, and I'm just being completely transparent. Even with school, I didn't graduate. It took me 7 years to graduate from college. 7. And I'm not ashamed. Because I'm in a very, very lucrative fucking spot right now. So I'm okay with that. But
don't be humble, nigga.
No. I'm just,
right now, bro. You in a great goddamn spot,
right,
bro.
But I'm just saying, like, some things, came up and I think in college, a lot of us, we were just partying. We were doing a lot of partying in college. Having a fucking blast. You dig? So, at the end of the day, you kind of wake up like, I got to get out of here. Yeah. I can't be at Prairie View because I know one day I was looking and I'm like, these babies are dressing different. And this is like a 5-year gap. Yep. These babies are dressing different. They're doing different stuff. When I came in, I was do-rag and white beater and dream shorts, and that shit was doing the thing. Yeah. Every day. 5 years. Nah, that's not the thing no more. And you know me, I'm not super trendy, so I was just like, man, I'm looking and seeing how everybody, things are moving, and it's like I'm staying in one place.
Yeah.
So I gotta like make some adjustments. You know what I'm saying? In order to get the fuck out of there. So
hey man, that's a blessing. I'm glad you even spoke on that. That's real. You say 7 years. It took me 9 years to graduate from college. I was at Prairie View. But what I learned from that situation, I had other things that was involved in that as well. But what I learned from it is to not be too hasty to like. I learned at a very early age not to compare my life to other people, right? So I was I was like, anybody else's blessing, because it was easy. I literally had to watch all my friends graduate, and stay back, and watch them progress with different avenues and different parts of life and different things of that nature while I'm still doing this and in this stage and in this season. But I had to learn to not be moved by that or not be jealous about that. I was happy for them and could comfortably be happy in my situation and to be patient enough to wait on my blessing to come.
Yeah.
But that took time, and it took, me going through that to learn that. But in my situation, of course, I had, I was double E, electrical engineering major. Our program was like 6 years. I saw maybe 3 people graduating under 6 years in the time that I was there.
Yeah.
And then my senior year, I got suspended for 2 years for hazing. Everything that happened on campus and stuff. So coming back, changing my major, so whatever, all that was involved. And I took, co-ops, and I was interning at HP during the time. But yeah, it was still a journey, man. And it I was crazy story about that too. Because, of course I know the situation, and, my family didn't really know what was going on, right? So I was just moving my graduation date all the time. So nobody knew what was happening. And this past May, I went to my nephew's college graduation, right? Which makes me feel old as hell, first of all. But I'm at this graduation. I'm eating with my brother, my sister-in-law, and my nephew, and they all cracking jokes. He was cracking jokes like, "Oh man, you're a serial college student, and all this and that." Like they, make. I'm like, all right, listen, motherfuckers. This is my first time like really being honest and saying like, okay, this is what really happened. I know that you can run the joke or whatever. That I was in school for a long time. This would happen, but honestly, I got suspended for hazing, you know what I'm saying, my organization, and this is what went down. But, so this is why I was in school this long, but it was, my situation, my story was different too, so I had to go through all that. But it's crazy, man. So, shout out to you, brother, for, overcoming, because I literally have watched you overcome a whole lot, bro. I'm extremely proud of you, man. Like, time flies, and we don't reconnect all the time, but I just want to let you know. I'm proud of you, dog.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
100. That's why I told her don't brag a little bit, fam. Brag a little bit on that, bro. Because y'all know. Because I told y'all that we had a podcast earlier when we were talking about friends. Like I stopped hanging with them too because I was ready to fucking graduate.
Oh yeah.
And literally, you seen at least, if you didn't see us 3, you seen 4 of us with Shane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like. But I was always connected to y'all too, and I was like, bro, I'm ready to get the fuck up out of here, bro. And I stopped hanging with them. That was a sacrifice. Yeah. And I missed I graduated in December 2009, fam. Like from spring 2009 to the fall of 2010, bro, them some years that we didn't hang out a whole lot. But boy, I know if we were together, bro, we'd been doing some shit because I was having fun. But I was like, bro, I can't call these niggas because the disconnect was kind of there. I kind of made a sacrifice not to hang with y'all like that so I could graduate. And it took a while for that connection to come back. And I hated that.
That's crazy. That's the thing about sacrifice, though. Like, you're doing it for the betterment of yourself, right? Or just, for whatever reason you choose to do so, or what, the spirit moves you to. But everybody don't take that, doesn't make that journey with you. So you kind of lose. So you have to sacrifice other things, too. I've lost. Like I say, most of my friends, they still. I take value in the fact that they say, "Oh man, you still the same person." Like I could still go out and have fun, turn up. Of course, bro. I have the same energy. Like alcohol didn't create my energy, who I was. Right. But, it added to the fun or whatever, of course. But I can still go out and have a good time and have the same energy and still be Dre. But I still have also sacrificed. I've lost some relationships that weren't as as strong as I guess I thought they were, or they're just people that I don't associate with because we don't share the same vices anymore, or whatever. If I'm not doing that, and I don't. To me, it's not an issue. I don't act any different. It's just the fact that that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But that's crazy. When you're making that sacrifice, you have to be strong enough in the decision that you're making and not be moved. Because if you didn't have that strong enough base, you could be like, well, man, forget this. I don't want to. I'm trying to do this to graduate, but I want to hang out with my friends again. I'm gonna just do that and sacrifice what you was doing. What you were actually doing to make the sacrifice in the first place. And
my boy, I seen Drake like 2-3 weeks ago in Kirby Ice House, rolling around that mud with a bottle of Topo Chico, bouncing around Kirby Ice House. Bruh. But that sacrifice just looks different, and when you don't make that sacrifice, you end up going a different path. That's not to say that you don't make that sacrifice in that time that you're not gonna, that you're not gonna be anything. It's just your life will reflect the sacrifices, that you make. Y'all made sacrifices when you were in school. On the flip side of that, I made no sacrifices in school. I didn't sacrifice shit. Like I had a different upbringing, And so like when I got to school, I saw a different side of life, So that sacrifice, whereas like I didn't have that stable foundation, basically, so that when those decisions came, it was easy for me, right? When that time came, I was like, sacrifice, because let's be honest, a lot of sacrifices that we make, we got to give up something that we find pleasure in. You know what I'm saying? That's the hardest thing to give up, is something that pleases you. Like, we want to do what we want to do. We want to do what we like to do. So for me, that sacrifice didn't look like that back then. You know, now sacrifice for me looks a lot different because I got 3 boys and people are dependent on me, and I have to make those sacrifices. Right on. But back then in college, man, I didn't give a shit. I was just partying, whatever made Ray feel.
A lot of us did not give a shit about sacrificing in college. Like,
no, but you did
for a good portion of it.
Well, that's why. But that's why. Again, we don't compare our own journey, right? Your sacrifice don't look like what I have to sacrifice. You sacrifice what you knew you needed to sacrifice to get to where you go, right? Maybe you didn't have to sacrifice alcohol all the way, but you knew you had to sacrifice hanging around my crazy ass because it was going.
Hold on. No. Throw that nigga in there too. Like, but this one, like, that's why I literally, like, y'all know, like, I apologize for this shit because it took a lot for me not to hang with my cousin. Like, that, like, literally, like, bro, that's my cousin, and it took a lot for me not to hang with him.
But you know what it is, though. I mean, it's more of a maturity thing. It took us a while to mature, and in my opinion, it took me a while to mature. I mean, I look at life. I mean, of course, I look at life completely different at 35,
right, than
what I did when I was 19, 20. You know what I'm saying? And even at that time frame, man, I think our mindsets when it came to certain things in life were kind of similar. We were doing our thing then, and you know, in enjoying life. That was the thing. Because especially for me, I went to Worthing. I went to Worthing High. Shout out to Worthing High. When I left there and went to Prairie View, I was there for the summer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the summer gave me an idea of what it could possibly be during the fall. And my mind was blown. Yeah. Blown.
Totally different.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we know. You got a girlfriend and everything.
Right. But
the wall was blown.
Right. Blown.
Blew your mind.
Yeah, because when them breezes wasn't doing that in high school. They wasn't there. Not in high school. You know what I'm saying? But like, why are you walking into seasoned vets in college? You feel me? Have niggas over here punching concrete walls and shit and brick walls over some stupid shit.
Why do I remember that?
Hey, we never let him live that down, bro. We'll never let him live that down. But
I lost a good white tee in that battle. Lost a good white tee.
I don't want to like pry in it personal, but you cut back on alcohol, right?
Right.
All the way. Talk about the finances, bro.
Oh my God.
I know it's different because we know alcohol is one of those things where it's like, bro, I bought a bottle. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Like.
Hey, you're not
keep
prime.
doing it.
You're not prime, brother. And a lot of alcohol too that I would be consuming. You know, like I say, most of my friends that are promoters and on the club, it would all be together, so it wouldn't be a lot of that when I would be out. But at the same time, you think about a Sunday fun day, man. You go to brunch, you go to the next spot. You go to the spot before the night spot.
Yep.
You go to the night spot. At some point in time during that day, you know, even if you're drinking in bottles in the section or whatever they comped, whatever you got, you still buying shots. You round the shots for the chicks that you run into, or you know, you trying to turn up people that you ain't seen in a while. Hundreds upon hundreds of dollars being saved, brother. I'm talking about on the weekends. Easily, I will blow like $800, $900 a weekend, like just. For no reason. I mean, just on the frivolous, just alcohol, period, alcohol alone. This is without bottles, just I'm saying, just, you know, buying alcohol, just going throughout the weekend. Easy. So when I started noticing, but it was also, it's weird because even when you look at, so financial benefits and when I look at like health benefits, right, it's hard to kind of pinpoint that down because when I started, it was January 2020, right? So then the world shut down, so I couldn't work out like I used to work out. So so many variables had changed. It was like, okay, I removed this one cog, but everything changed, so it's hard to see results. So what do you really, you can't say, oh, the results because I gave this up. So financially, it's like, okay, yeah, I noticed a big difference, but also I wasn't really leaving the house and doing a lot of stuff too. So, but as the city started opening back up and I started just paying attention to what I was spending money on when I would go out, it leaned more towards parking and hookah than it was shots and, alcohol. So I'm like, dang. But it was a big difference, though, trust
Parking
me.
and fucking hookah, boy.
That shit like death and taxes, nigga. It's
for real.
Guaranteed to pay for parking.
And hookah, yeah. You not lying, bro. You not lying. I'll never forget, bro. This Memorial Day weekend, dog. My nigga Lee came from all we record. I ran into this nigga.
I did.
Like at an after hour spot.
Right.
And when I say,
like
you know what's crazy?
In the
I energy don't change, fam.
Yeah. Come on.
I've seen Dre when he's drunk, you know what I'm saying? But I seen him, at an after hour spot, same energy, bro.
Come on.
It don't change. You know what I'm saying? But we was there and we go to Sunday Fun Day, we pop up at Seaside. You know what I'm saying? I didn't pay the park, and them motherfuckers told me, it's gonna be like 4 hours for a table. I say, nigga, I'm finna leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gone. Like, and we didn't bought around. Niggas is like, shit, let's get a hookah. And I'm looking at, nigga, I'm hungry. Y'all bullshitting. I'm finna go. That shit adds up. No. Like, you think about, like, if we'd have went to another spot and I had to pay for parking, automatically that's another $20 I didn't pay for parking. You know what I'm saying? And if I wanted to really valet, and my shit, I ain't finna valet. You know what I'm saying? But like, if I really want to valet, like, you start thinking about valeting at these certain spots, getting hookahs, getting shot. That shit really do add up,
bro.
Add up.
Yeah.
On a Sunday Fun Day in Houston, nigga, it's abundance of places you can go to, and you finna rack. And that's why I believe you when you say $800, $900.
Oh yeah, I mean that's light.
Nigga,
that's like a light, but I have been living that life for years.
Yeah,
I mean years. You know what I'm talking about? Like every week, every day, almost.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I was having a blast, brother. Listen, I got some stories, but it's still like it's sacrifice.
Right. But we can flip that. We talked about DMX.
Oh yeah,
we talked about DMX not too long ago, and the fact that he was doing his thing, and then he died. God rest his soul from doing what he was doing. But fuck, I cannot deny the fact. It's not even a fact. I can't deny that he was having a good time.
Oh, yeah,
living the life that he was living. He lived his life to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just giving the opposite, opposite side of it. Sometimes, you can sacrifice some things and knock some stuff out, but sometimes you just keep rolling with the shit and then live your life how you live it.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think either side should be judged.
Oh no, not at all.
Nah, I ain't into judging people.
I've
bro.
gotten into plenty of arguments with females over the years that have questioned my lifestyle when I was trying to date them. I'm like, hey, you trying to change me, this and that. Yeah, I mean that was my stance at the time. Right. But also my mindset was a little bit different, right? I was putting more value on different things, leaning more so heavily on hanging out with my friends than I was building relationships with these women. So, but it take time and reflection to get to that point to where I can understand and realize that. But in the moment, I'm like, you got me fucked up. Like, nah, what you talking about? That's not what I'm on. Like,
that's why we just got to keep it real. Like, and in keeping it real, like you said, Steve, like, oh, he lived his life to the fullest, blah blah blah. But yeah, whatever. But if we keep it real about it, he if he would have made that sacrifice, then his life would have maybe been fuller. Like, you can't get back those experiences, right? You can't get back those stories. And God is a God of order. Everything happens for a reason. Right. And so we can't get that back. But if we keep it a buck about it, he should have sacrificed something. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not like alleviate him because he did. Let's not alleviate him of the responsibility of that sacrifice. His kids might have been affected in a different way if he'd have made that sacrifice. So, like, looking on the outside, now you can say, oh, he lived his life and blah, blah, fuck that shit, man. Like, if he would have made that sacrifice, then things would look different for not only him, but for the people that he represented. You know what I'm saying? And so
I get that. No, I understand that.
Rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can't get those stories back, and God is the God of order. They have it for a reason. But if we keep it a buck about it, man, some of us need to make some sacrifices.
Oh, yeah,
you know
but
what
you
I'm
got to
saying?
provide people with grace, too, because everybody's not going to be at that position at
100%.
You know, at the same time that you're there. You're there because, I mean, just speaking from experience, too, I know a lot of people that have tried to give up alcohol or talked about it, and I don't even like talking about this shit really like that because it wasn't really like a major decision for me. It didn't feel like that to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like when I put it down, it was just like, all right, it is what it is. But as I talk to people and encounter people more, they're like, what? You know, people are so surprised, I guess, because I was consuming it so much and just them knowing me from that lane or that light, and not knowing who you're affecting or who you even, you know, ministering to in passing with just you telling your story or just you being and walking the walk that you're walking. So, but you have to make sure that you're not trying to like vindicate. You can't judge anybody else for not being there because you're there, because you know you never know, and everybody has their own walk to walk and has their time.
Well, let's just be transparent and keep it a bug. Like, I'm not judging nobody else because I've expressed to you that you're like, I'm one of those people who said, I'm going to give up alcohol. I'm going to do this. And I done it for 6 months because the state of Texas told me to do it. You know what I'm saying? I done did it for 3 months. I mean, well, actually, it was a whole year because of the state of Texas. But I did it 6 months on my own, and I done jumped in and jumped out and jumped in and jumped out. So I'm not judging DMX.
Oh yeah.
Or anybody else because it's a struggle. It's not as easy. Like I said, those pleasures that you have to give up, they not easy to just give up because life is hard, but we want to experience something good on our side of it. And sometimes this little bottle is the only thing that we, you know what I'm saying, can relate to at whatever point we are in our life. So I'm not judging nobody on your journey or your walk, bro. It is what it is, man. It's just at some point we got to keep it a stack about it. And keeping a stack about it is that sacrifice need to be made, my nigga, because...
Hey, speaking of little bottles, do you guys mind passing that bottle to this side of the table?
Yes, sir.
Are your cubes even cold anymore?
They still cold, and I'm still drinking.
Man,
Shout out to the podcast.
I can't find it, bro. I've been over here trying to find some shit, dog, but I don't want to bring in, you know, no battle rap, but Loaded Look said something that's forever, and I can't find the exact quote. But he
Shout out to Murder Mook. Shout out to Murder
I'm
Mook.
a battle rap fan. What you mean you don't want to bring up no battle rap?
Well, because some people don't like it.
Shout out to
Loaded
Murder
Looks and
Mook.
Calico, we know that was that's legit.
Classic battle.
You know what I'm saying? That's legit.
Sure.
But Loaded Look said something. He said, "Man, is your lifestyle more important than something being shorter?" Like, and I can't find it.
I forgot the bar, but I know what you're talking about.
Jones,
he was dropping.
Jones, can you help us?
I can't find it, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like the lifestyle, and I'm talking about a health aspect of, you know, sacrificing. Man, look, the lifestyle. Like we know, man, we are all college students, and we know we've been around. We've traveled to different colleges. All of us, bro. We know how college kids get down. I would encourage everybody to just take a sacrifice of alcohol every now and then. We know how college kids get down.
What did you say, nigga?
I'm not telling no college kids to sacrifice that shit.
Well, if you let me finish, I'm talking about afterwards. Just
okay.
Afterwards, yeah. Hey, man, when you're in college,
man,
have some fun.
Get fucked up. The song's shot is for college niggas. I know when we was in college, we had
have some fun.
We had this. Hey, shout out to my boy A. Jones because he was older than us. He used to go get them bottles for us before we can even get the old bottles for our damn self. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Smearing off on dick. You know what I'm saying?
99 bananas, Spectre. We was drinking all the bottles of shit. Oh my god!
Hey, rustling up $20. Make that shit happen, man.
I found it. Is your money being long worth of your lifespan being shorter? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm with it.
Well, for that, for exactly what he's saying, I get it. Is your money being long worth in the context of what he was saying? No, I ain't about, you know, selling dope and whatnot.
I was just about to say, Steve ain't selling nothing.
For health wise, is having a good time worth your life being shorter?
Oh, I knew the way I was living for sure wasn't sustainable, but I was on a different level. I mean, everybody can claim they drink, but we was getting pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
functioning.
5 days a week.
Functioning.
Wait a minute. Time out.
Functioning.
Cause we only talking about that aspect of it. What about, all right, we just talked about Richard Sherman having this this old crazy wild out or whatever, due to CTE. So he sacrificed. Hold on,
do we know it's CTE though?
But he think it is. But just ride with me on this.
Okay,
one.
I got you.
You like as an athlete, you're sacrificing your what? Your body
Absolutely
to get the money. So that's why I'm with that quote. You know what I'm saying? You're sacrificing your body and your long-term health because working out every day, bro, that's cool. But fuck, bro, it's a strain on you.
You're not an athlete. And
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the sacrifice from another aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They make the sacrifice to make sure they got the money. Make sure they got the money that takes care of their kids. You know
They
what I'm saying?
sacrifice a lot.
They
An
sacrifice a lot.
Does sacrifice a lot.
But in turn, it might shorten their life. It might shorten their life.
Definitely for
Because
football.
we know a lot of we know a lot of people that die. You know what I'm saying? They 50s, fam, from playing that contact sport because it's such a strong strain on you. Yep. So that's why I say, man, like,
yeah, I mean, some people are more risk averse than others, though, man. So all that is the same thing. Like, what do you value more? It's like the same way that he's talking about. He's just leaning more so like, hey, I'm gonna have the fun, or I'm gonna sacrifice whatever it takes to get to the money and change my family lifestyle, and that's great. And I don't have any problem with that. A lot of football players do that. A lot of people, the athletes, do that at the same time. But then when they get older too, and they kind of reap the benefits or the negative results of the risk that they've been taking or the sacrifices they've been making, they kind of think like, oh, well, I don't want my child to go through this. When they start feeling bad, like I want my son to play baseball or something. And
that makes sense.
It happens. So it's just, everybody be running different runs, bro. I wish it was a rubric to this life shit. But it's not.
It ain't. But see, Steve on that, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Hey,
shit.
That's it. That's exactly
YOLO.
what he on.
And it's cool. It's cool.
Enjoy your life, man.
But at the same time, like again, I just encourage everybody, hey man, take some time out to just say, all right, I'm just gonna depart from that shit just for a little bit.
Take some time off to depart. I'm with it, bro.
Don't start, dog. I'll punch you. I will punch you, bro.
All right,
just
so
relax.
Let's move on. I'm gonna ask you guys this. Other than
we don't
bruh.
know.
Okay.
Steve ain't paid his ADT bill.
No.
The battery?
So we got some technical. Yeah, thank you.
That nigga, hey,
I don't know if anybody seen any episode. Steve will go off.
And they, I seen it turn green. I seen it turn. I was like,
Move. Marcus, Drake. Marcus started having flashbacks. Marcus went to the living room. He went to the living room to hide like, it's not me this week, nigga. It's not me. All right, we good? We good? Everybody good?
We good.
All right,
We good.
all right, go ahead, go ahead.
My bad, y'all.
That nigga, they're ready to wrestle the nigga off with this shit.
What does sacrifice?
I die for this shit too.
What does sacrifice look for y'all now in your lives as they currently are?
Well, shit. Everybody started looking at me. All right.
I was about to go. I told you my sacrifice. My sacrifice for me right now in my life is totally wrapped around my 3 boys. That's what sacrifice looks like.
So what are you sacrificing?
I sacrifice time. I sacrifice, going out, fun. Most importantly, is just time. You know what I'm saying? Because the rest of the stuff doesn't really mean anything. But it's like I go to work and then I get my boys on the weekend. So on my off days where I would normally have, maybe not necessarily to myself, where I would just have a little more freedom to do things. At that time now is dedicated to them. Like I'm coaching T-ball right now, so we got T-ball on Saturdays on my off days. Then on Sundays we chilling. We might go to the pool, or I may want to go to the gym, but I can't go to the gym because ain't no way to put them in daycare on Sundays, and so I'm sacrificing my gym time
That makes sense.
to kick it with them. And no complaints. It's just that's what sacrifice looks like for me right now.
Yeah.
So
Shoot, man, sacrifice. Man, Ray hit it. When you start having a kid and a family, bro, you sacrifice a lot. And I've sacrificed a bunch just to make sure that I'm there. I'm present for my daughter. I'm present for my wife. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just...
What's a bunch?
Man, gym time. Shit. I've talked about it before. I sacrifice my own happiness to make sure that they straight.
That's tough.
It is. And I told you, and I told y'all, how that, reflected on me, but I've sacrificed my own happiness just to make sure that they were good, to make sure I was, putting my best foot forward. Now, have I changed a little bit from that? Absolutely, because sacrificing your happiness is hard, bro. That's hard, and
a tough one, man.
it does, it does bother your mind, in a way that you like, bro, I'm not happy right now, and it looks like, you're happy. This aura that you put on, it looks like you're happy, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not doing the stuff that you really want to do. And I've had to, sit down. That's a part of a sacrifice. So it was a sacrifice within a sacrifice. Like, all right, man, let me sit down and think about the things that truly make me happy. I start going running again. Hey, that running shit at Memorial, bro, that shit clears my mind. Yeah. That's why I do it. Yeah. That's why I love it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Those things like that, you know what I'm saying? That brought me back. All right. As long as I got space to go work out, that's my thing. I have to have space to go work out. That keeps me happy. And I ain't saying, to work out to go look like motherfucking
Ray.
Oh God.
I'm just trying to help you. I'm trying to guide you, dog.
No.
Bro, sacrifice your ego a little bit.
Damn. Nigga, boy, if you don't shut the I hate this nigga, dog.
Nigga, look.
Yeah, and that was a good one, bro. That was a good one. But nah, I don't really work out to try to, look like a muscle man, bro. I work out because that's therapeutic for me and my mind.
You trying to step over the fact that I'm honored in this. Oh God,
bro.
Be on dogs.
Hey, we maxed out before, fam.
That was a long time ago.
You got a
that
bird
was before
chest.
The pandemic.
You got a bird chest.
This thing asked me if you want me to take my shirt off, Tony. Just say it.
Why the fuck do I want you to take your shirt off?
You can say
ain't got
no
no
homo
titties,
after.
nigga.
You can say no homo after.
You ain't got no titties. I don't want to see you, fam. Put your shit up. Keep it on.
Y'all tripping.
This nigga, that's this nigga. He just jumped out the. Man, shut up.
Because you was saying you ain't want, you're not trying to work out to look like, and then it was a top nigga, and
I get into.
I felt like I was
stop. I never said a top nigga. I said a muscle man. I don't.
That's damn. You just damn.
You not a muscle man, nigga. Sit your little bird chest ass down and shut up.
I could have said that better, muscle man.
Ray.
Macho
Ray.
man.
Ray. You cannot bench 300. Shut up.
Macho man. Macho.
3 people over here can bench 300.
I cannot bench 300.
Oh,
yeah.
2.
This nigga,
you can't bench 300, nigga.
I did, nigga.
When
we maxed out, I did 305.
That was 2 years ago.
I can't do it right now, but I've done it before. You want me to get there? He's never done it.
Yeah, I want to check tape.
Yeah.
He's never done it.
I don't fuck with flat bench like that all the time. So
okay, that's
I can put them hundreds.
This motherfucker will fuck with that grip, the grip exercises.
That shit all day long. For real.
Nah, but before I was rudely interrupted, bro. Rudely interrupted.
By the truth. Go ahead.
Oh shit. I'm tired of this nigga. But hey, man, that's what sacrifice looks like for me now, bro. Is finding out what truly makes me happy and sacrificing some things that I do like, but keeping those things that truly make me happy. That's what it looks like now.
Oh,
that's tough. It's tough,
that's
but that's the fine line. But most men, we struggle with that when we have a family because we know we got to calm down. Some of the stuff that we do. We can't, go out here, party all the time like we single men. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got responsibilities.
A different realm now.
Yeah, you have your responsibility. You gotta, take care of your shit, and that's my sacrifice now, bro. And I'm good with it. I'm finding it. I'm finding it, bro.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Sacrifice is this just came to me. Sacrifice is a verb. It's an action. It's something that you have to actively do. Because I thought about my relationship with my kids and their mothers, and man, it's so crazy. Like when I get opinions from people and I tell them my situation, man, it's so crazy how many or how much like negative comes out of that. And I think about how I move in those situations. Man, I sacrifice a lot with those women. I sacrifice a lot of myself with those women to be there for my kids the way that I am there for my kids. I fall short in so many different avenues, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna act like I'm, you know what I'm saying, the best dad, you know what I'm saying, or you know, the number one dad or whatever. You know, I fall short in my areas as well. But just thinking about like how I move in those relationships, bro, and that shit is a
Bruh, I wish I had like a 2 Chainz sound effect, because that shit is true. I don't have it on deck, but I'm definitely gonna find that. I'm gonna find it.
It's tough though, because some days you built to sacrifice that, right? But some days I'm not built to sacrifice that, and my response to certain situations comes out differently. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes my emotion come out in certain situations, and I maneuver different in those. And so, like, I think about sacrifice, and I think, man, that's something that you have to make a choice to do every single day. Yep. Yeah. Sometimes multiple times within that day. You know what I'm saying? And that is a struggle. When just alcohol, like sometimes you got to turn alcohol down 4 times a day. You know what I'm saying? Your partner wake up, he got a coffee with Crown in it. No, I don't want to do it. Then you go to lunch, and
even marriage is a
even
sacrifice.
in marriage. You're absolutely nah. I ain't going. Hey, look, y'all know I don't shy away from that shit,
The
bro.
whole
That's
idea
legit.
of marriage is one
It's
big
a
ass sacrifice.
The whole idea of a relationship is a big compromise. I
Ooh,
mean,
boom.
It is,
So answer this
yeah.
question. Answer this question, Dre. Do you think that men and women like sacrifice the same when it comes to that?
see, now that's tricky now.
Curveball.
It's a fine line between what you put more value on, right? So, like, you think, okay, me going to this baseball game should mean a lot because you put more value on your time. A woman might look at it differently if her love language isn't, you know, quality time isn't one of her love languages. She's gonna look at it like, well, I don't care that you did that. If she's expecting you to buy all the food for the whole baseball team, you know, after the game or something, like, she might be looking for monetary value or something else, you know, in a different light than what you're expecting to give it to. So you have to be equally aligned in what you're understanding that you're putting value in, because you just, like, whatever you're sacrificing to spend that time with your kids or with your family, she might not take it in the same way. Then that's when you get turmoil, because you're like, what? How dare you not feel the same? What? You don't see what I had to give up for this? And, like, she's like, I don't care. That's not enough, or that's not what I expected you to do. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's one of the biggest quotes that I heard from my pastor years ago that I tell it to pretty much everybody that I encounter myself with. It's like, expectation is nothing but a premeditated resentment. And that shit right there is so real, and it goes in so many different relationships and things of that nature. Because
Say that one more time.
Expectation is nothing but a premeditated resentment. How do you set we set expectations for people sometime, and we don't let them know. So how the hell do you expect them to live up to this expectation if you're not even communicating with them that they're being held against this standard? Then all you're gonna do is resent them for not living up to the creation that you've had created in your mind this whole time. It's like, well, how do you expect me to, if you're not communicating with me that you have this expectation set that I need to live up to, then you're gonna just, you know, it's just a premeditated resentment. You're gonna resent me eventually down the line.
Damn. That was.
Hey, man,
resentment.
some buttons around that shit, boy.
That nigga too
There
big.
we go, because that nigga.
Or we can do that.
But that, shit.
And you know what resentment leads
mouthful.
to?
Huh?
Resentment leads to some shit getting really fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So simply.
I mean, you know me, man.
I mean, no need to complicate it.
No, I love it.
But that's true. Resentment does lead to some shit just really being fucked up, bro. Like, but y'all really think about it, man. God damn, dog. You really, people don't tell people those expectations, and a nigga don't even know he's supposed to live up to a certain expectation, and then the rug is just wiped from under. He like, whoa, I didn't know it was that.
How many times you get into an argument with your female, and like later on down the line, she's like, yeah, you stopped texting me good morning. Like, I didn't even know you wanted me to do that. Like, I didn't even know that you were expecting that. Like, have this conversation. It's small things that they just build up. They just start taking note of. You start taking note too. Like, oh, you're not doing this and that. If you don't tell people that, okay, this is how I expect to be loved or appreciated by you. This is what you do. A, B, C, D. This is what I like. This is what I need from you. if you don't tell somebody that, or y'all don't have a healthy adult conversation about that, then they're gonna be trying to love you in a way that they figured out in their own head, and that's the wrong way to love you. And you're gonna be fucked up and mad at them the whole time.
Yeah. Hey,
But
you
so-
said. Go ahead, Steve.
My
Go
bad.
ahead.
I ain't mean it because I
Go,
got
go,
a
go, go.
story. She in here.
Uh-oh.
It's cool. But sometimes these expectations or whatever kind of be like, well, what the fuck?
You don't understand them
Some of them I don't understand
because it's not yours. I don't understand all my wife's expectations, and I'd be like, "What the fuck?" Okay.
But no, but
All
but,
right,
but
all
the
right.
situation I'm talking about right now, I was just looking at her like, bruh, y'all know. All right, Stacy, my old lady, was in nursing school for a whole year. She was studying in the office. So I thought by not bothering her while she was in the office to study,
Been there.
I thought that was a good thing that I was doing. One day, bro, she came out of that office and she was like, well, why you ain't interrupting me so we can go out? Because you know I need a break.
Hey,
Why
fam,
the
what you get
fuck
shit
would I
done?
know you need a break? I'm over here trying to feel like I'm doing a good boyfriend thing. Like, hey, don't disturb her while she's in her mode. But she telling me I'm supposed to disturb her in her mode to get her away from it. Just, hey, I should snatch you away from this, not this important shit. Let me take you out. And
Think differently. So, and you know what? You bringing up this story, Dre. You said two words that a lot of people really don't talk about, and there's some sacrifice going on in that. Love languages. Like,
we didn't jump. We didn't jump.
no.
Yeah.
And this
I'm trying to
wasn't.
figure out where I was going to wheel it back.
You know what?
I'm listening
This
'cause it's
wasn't.
good.
You know, this wasn't on the agenda or anything. But sacrifices dealing with love languages is really a thing that a lot of people don't talk about. Like, my love language, like, I need physical touch. Absolutely, man. Most of us niggas, we like physical touch.
Facts.
Nigga. How many times? Hold on. Don't just give me a number. How many times you done slapped Stacy on the ass just randomly, and you're not even trying to get in the mood?
Bruh,
You're just gonna do it.
listen,
hold on.
yeah, no,
because
you're
we
right,
all
you're
do
right,
it,
you're
right? That's a physical touch. That's a love language. If I can't, bro, put your leg on me so I can go to sleep.
You want your nipples played with?
Stop. See, niggas always gotta die on the deep end, dog.
I was listening to Trey Songz earlier today. Like you're behind. I was thinking about Stacey the whole time listening to that damn
But
song.
you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm like
we
literally.
didn't went on a tangent. Though.
Y'all on the super
Yeah, y'all went off on one.
Hey.
But you think about it, like, if that ain't like my wife, she like, what if a girl, hey man, look, I don't like being slapped on the ass like that, or hey, get away from me, it's hot. You know what I'm saying? You start thinking about physical touch and somebody's being love language, they got to sacrifice because guess what? Hey, nigga gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna slap some ass, fam.
Yeah.
Like, that's me. I'm gonna do it.
Ass slap with Tony.
Hey.
Militant
But you
Malcolm
know,
X.
even with that, with
handfuls.
any, was a 2 handfuls. Hey, with any like love language like that, if you don't know, I think the precursor to knowing somebody's love language and then having a healthy relationship with all that is establishing an environment of healthy communication, right? Because you have to have a conversation at some point in time or you have to have an environment where she feels safe enough or comfortable enough to talk to you about, hey, I noticed that you do this a lot or you like doing this. I don't like that shit. This is what I like. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to have an environment where everybody is comfortable enough to have some communication, have a conversation with the other person and be like, hey, this is what's going on. Because if not, then people going to suppress shit and she going to get fucked up eventually down the line.
Right. Mm-hmm. Sacrificing in a relationship is giving and also taking. Mm-hmm. It's a giving and receiving thing, and it's got to happen. Yeah. Like, man, it's very, very rare to find somebody that is exactly like you. That is hard. Like,
who the fuck wants somebody that looks that's exactly like them?
Well,
I couldn't deal with no woman that's like me.
Well, okay,
no.
That likes all of the things that you like.
Oh no, yeah,
that's so rare. But I've seen it where it does happen, and it's a beautiful relationship. But knowing how to sacrifice, somebody that. Like, me and you not alike, but we have a great goddamn relationship. Like, you my motherfucking cousin, you my nigga. You know what I'm saying? We not alike.
No, we not.
At all. No. But I know how to sacrifice some shit to deal with you. We know how to sacrifice shit to deal with Ray. You know how to sacrifice shit to deal with me. You know what I'm saying? In relationships, fam, you're definitely gonna have to sacrifice some shit.
What's the biggest thing that you think you have to sacrifice in a relationship? in any relationship, whether
Ooh,
it be
shit,
intimate.
we go into relationships now. Okay.
in any relationship is stop
people want.
being above reproach. Your friends, like, man, look, y'all are my friends. I expect y'all to tell me when I'm off my shit. I expect that.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I know. I ain't got no problem that out of your ass.
I got you.
You gonna lead with that shit. Have a nigga feeling bad. God damn.
Yeah. You know how Dave Chappelle was like, Truman is fucking up.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Tony, you fucking up.
But I think as we progress society, we've lost that, fam. Like, nobody likes to be told, hey, nigga, you off your shit. This ain't conducive. Like, this is not good for you.
So you think you're saying that you think the biggest thing that you have to sacrifice in a relationship is
Ego.
the ability to
Let me just
that's
ego.
That's what I was trying to get you to say.
For a lot of people, it's ego.
Yeah.
A lot of people, it's ego.
That is 100% what it is.
And we all get there on various ways, bro. But ego is that number one thing.
Yeah, because in a relationship, it's gonna be different times where the ball is in different hands at different points. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you say?
Nothing, go ahead.
Steve ain't sacrificed. Steve said, "My bus, my bus."
Oh, but he sacrificed. He learning.
He know he is, but
He's learning.
But that is just it. The pendulum it swings.
Oh yeah, it's a journey. Everybody's scared to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be more vulnerable or overextended to the next person. So everybody is trying to toe that line to figure out, okay, when am I comfortable enough for and then while you playing that game, they over there pulling back. Or they so it's like it's constantly like you have to get to that point to where both people are ready and at the right time and environment and place to be like, all right, I trust this person enough to be vulnerable with my heart, and then boom, you got success.
I'll use this little analogy because I bartend and we know that we split the money. You know what I'm saying? We split the money, we split the work, all of the above, right? Yeah. It's three of us back there at any given time. Sometimes two of us. It may be a day where I done had a long night and I get to work and I ain't working as hard, and Dustin he picking up the slack for me. Maybe a day where he did the same thing, and I'm picking up
Dustin.
That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm, and the reverse is happening, right? But at the end of the day, we there for the same goal. If we just and sometimes I don't work with people over there. I've been doing this 15 years. I don't work with people. They looking at me at a certain point at night, like, look at Ray over there talking to such and such. He been talking to them for 10 minutes and blah 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 blah. I've been making drinks and blah blah. Well, nigga, that's because you don't want to talk. So guess what? Right now I got to talk to these people because they dropping bread. So, but in 15 more minutes, you might be talking to somebody, you know what I'm saying? And I may be working and doing the most thing. And that's, like you said, that's the problem is like people just don't want to realize that it's the
pendulum swings both ways.
It's swinging, man. And you
swinging? Yeah. Do your thing.
Hey, bro, I really don't like you.
I was trying to figure out.
Nothing,
I was trying to figure out where that commentary
really
came from.
I'm just saying the pendulum
you
is
know
swinging.
what? I've told you.
Dre
I
said
got
I would.
two pair of
Dre
gloves.
said I would be mad if neither one of these niggas slapped the shit out of you.
Dre like, bro, I'ma just
right here
back
in the
up.
middle.
I'ma just bag up and let these niggas have at it. I'm a guest.
Why y'all jumping on me?
Because you a fucking ogre.
I'm an ogre.
You are.
Hey, Tony,
What's up?
what do you want to leave the people with today?
Find your happy medium. Sacrifice something out of that, and watch your life grow.
Okay.
Find your happy medium. Take one thing that supports it. Find something else to do with it. Just sacrifice it all. Just cut the shit off and watch your life grow. I promise you.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
All right, Ray.
Man, it's just like, don't just go sacrificing shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't just go sacrificing without having a thought, because like we said, the whole point of sacrifice is to get to a better place, right?
Yeah.
But you have to establish what you want that better place to look like for you in your journey, what you want that better place to look like before you make that sacrifice. Because you just get to sacrificing shit, then you're going to be upset when people don't respond to your sacrifice, because the whole point of sacrifice is for you to be better, bless you, for you to be better, but you have to decide in your head, bless you, what you want. You're good. Hey, take your time. It at least take 2. You gotta sneeze twice before three if you crazy, but you gotta control sneeze, so we good. Yeah. But you just decide what you want your future to look like, and then from that point, self-reflect and decide what sacrifices you honestly need to make to get yourself to whatever point you're trying to get to.
I'm with that.
Come on.
What about you, Dre? What you want to leave the people with?
Oh, man. All I want to say really is nothing is impossible with God. I'm believing with that.
Steve, that nigga so slow on the button, man.
Hey, man, I've been drinking.
All right, Beyonce.
Wait a minute.
Watermelon.
Wow. You better relax, bro.
Steve drinking those fruity drinks? You like that dark-skinned nigga on the patio at North yesterday? That boy had a strawberry up.
Bro, with a little flower in his umbrella.
Had the
flower in his shit, bro.
He had an edible arrangement in that.
We looking at that nigga shit, man. This nigga here is tripping, fam. He making us look bad over here.
Steve was hot. He wanted to go talk to my dog. Like, hey, let me holler at you, player.
Like, bro, you tripping, bro. You making us look bad, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Your shit already, your elbows looking kind of ashy.
Oh, when you say us, you mean the dark skinned brothers?
Yeah.
So the darkies. Let me put it, the darkies. But Steve Spoon, Marco Spoon,
man, y'all
need people with something, bro.
Y'all already hit everything that I was gonna think that I would think of.
All right, we'll find something else, nigga.
Hey,
Tony ain't say he's not above reproach.
Right? I ain't sacrificed holding my tongue today, nigga. Say something.
Hey, when you gotta, I'll leave y'all with this. You got a younger cousin that think they can whoop you. Just throw them the gloves and tell them to get at it.
Tony been trying to throw the gloves at you for months.
No, I'm talking about when you know you can whoop him, you throw the gloves. I haven't threw the gloves at him yet because I know I can whoop him.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
What happened? We was at my house, and nigga started wrestling. Then I hit that nigga in the kidney, and he was like, "Hold on, that shit hurt."
Yeah.
I thought so. Hands,
It's
hands,
moral victory Saturday. You got one
moral victory.
Shot. You got one shot, bro.
Nigga, you almost start crying because I hit your ass in the kidney, nigga.
All right, here we go, bro.
You can tell you niggas cousins.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, this concludes another episode of the Millennial Mayhem podcast, man.
Yeah.
I do appreciate you, Dre, for coming through, man, and giving us your insight, bro. This is really, really awesome. This is a really dope episode. And,
Absolutely.
It's super solid too, because we've been talking about some crazy shit these last few weeks. It was nice to get this.
Nice. Yeah. So, hey. We signing out, man.
Peace and blessings,
Appreciate
folks.
y'all, man. We out here, man.
Yo.
I ain't got time for the okay. All my niggas riding gas tank on full. We be fresh than a bitch. Yeah, your bitch might get pulled. If you see us in the streets, no talking, let's go. No time for hating. I ain't got time for the bull. I ain't got time for the bull. I ain't got time for the bull.